perfect day for us to fly. So I'm gonna meet some people who've actually turned flying into hobby. Well, so come with me as I learn a thing or two about flying myself, and I'm sure you guys are dying to see how I do that. We're here in Tumana, Marikina to find out why some guys are crazy about remote-controlled planes and helicopters.
There's a manual on how to assemble it, pero walang manual para pagandahin yung lipad, para mas stable siya.
Right. I wonder how these things work. This one seems like an important part to me.
This is very important because this is the receiver. This actually receives the signal being transmitted by this transmitter. So it translates also those signals into movements through these servos.
Kanina nakita ko nag-flip yung helicopter. Is that just by remote control or is there a function that really makes the helicopter flip upside down and fly?
It's all together being done by the servos and by the controller.
It looks easy enough, but the question is, can I fly one? I have the remote control with me. It's a huge remote. It's very manly. I hope I don't crash anything. Wow. I'm actually flying a plane, technically, diba?
Yeah, you are.
Which is amazing, because everybody dreams of flying someday. This is as close you can get.
Whoa! Tiwala ko sa'yo, Grace Lee. Bongga talaga tong Koreanang, tong tarantulyang babaeng to, no?
Okay, these guys swear that there is nothing better than an open field and a flying plane. Let's welcome RC enthusiasts Ernie Lorenzo, Juancho Moreno, and Nay of Six Cycle Mind. According to our researchers, you guys refuse to call these planes and helicopters toys. They're not toys?
No way.
Why not? Expensive toys. I said they are toys.
No.
How expensive can they get?
If I may.
Yes.
You see that yellow baby in the middle?
The canopy?
Yeah, the yellow canopy.
Yeah.
That one's about 60 to 70,000. I would call that a toy.
For a toy.
It's the price of a bag.
Oo nga. So kung hindi nyo ito tinatawag na toy, ano tawag nyo dito?
We call it hobby quality models.
Hobby quality model.
So ano po yung fascination nyo with these RCs and helicopters?
Well, for some people, it is a question of they love the scale look. Like this one, the jet, it looks like the real thing. For some guys naman, it's not a question of how it looks. It's a question of how it flies. Parang, yung iba gusto nila parang nagbabale yung helicopter nila in the sky. Or,
Are there really others that fly better than most?
Oh, yes. There.
It depends on the brand also?
It depends on the specification of the plane actually, or the helis. Some can't do these tricks. Some
May mga
can.
tricks yan?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So magkano ho ang nagagastos nyo sa tuwing nagpapalipad kayo
Is
ng...
it a monthly expense or a
Oo.
one-time big time?
Nay. Let's
One
ask.
time, big time.
One-time big time.
Nay, ikaw.
All the time, big time.
I'm sure you're just saying that because your wives are here.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about when you guys are not too careful or when accidents happen. How much do you spend on repairs? Or can you still save a damaged plane? Is there such a thing?
The
Or you have
damage-
to replace the whole unit?
The damaged plane is a bit difficult because they're made of balsa wood and they're like parang parol. Okay, and when you damage them, you use epoxy or cyano super glue, but they tend to get heavier afterwards. So the flying characteristics change a little.
It's not as
It will
efficient
change. Yeah,
anymore.
it will not.
What's the, okay, of all the toys here, of all the expensive toys, which is the most expensive? This big plane?
Or yung
Ayaw
mga
nila sabihin.
Actually, it's the 3 helicopters.
helicopters.
The 3 helicopters. It's also made of balsa wood?
No, this one is different. These ones, you see, they're like cars that if you hit them, if you get into an accident, you just replace the broken parts. So, but the base cost for these ones are really high.
So ikaw, Nay, ano ang pinakamahal na binili mo?
Then, ako kasi, I'm more into building planes ngayon. Yun yung mas favorite ko ngayon. Parang bigyan mo ako ng plywood dyan, gagawin ko aeroplano. Parang ganon. Yung thrill kasi na ikaw yung gumagawa. And then at the end of, maybe after a month or so, nagawa na talagang...
You build from a kit or with scrap materials?
I did one. My first time na gumawa ako, scratch built talaga. As in, lahat ng planning, ginawa ko by myself.
Okay. What does it do for you guys?
Nakakatanggal siya ng stress.
Nakakatanggal. For you, Nate, it's
yes, at the end of the
nakakatanggal
day,
ng
na pagod
stress.
na pagod ka, kinabukasan, gising ka ng maaga, and then palipad ka lang. Alam mo yun, and sa akin kasi, every person has this dream of flying. So parang malayo, may freedom ka, parang nagpapalipad ka.
Okay. What about for you?
Well, for me, I love the competition. Because these things have competitions and, you know, I like the challenge. Even if it's just a question of me against myself and me trying to beat the last thing that I did.
Okay. What does it do for you?
It's more of
Just a hobby, really.
a hobby.
Okay.
And, you know, something that I enjoy.
Yes.
I build myself, and then I go out in the field and fly.
That's good. We should all do things that make us happy. Dapat ganun talaga.
Yes.
Obviously, these guys are content with their toys, but what about their wives? What do
Nako.
they have to say about the time these guys spend away from home and the expenses, knowing especially that one plane is equivalent to a nice bag? We will ask the wives after the break. Stay with us.
And I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so done with wishing you were still here. Said I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow.
We've had a couple of arguments in the past because he has always been away.
Why should your partners tolerate your passion or your obsession?
Di ko man lamang nalaman na mawawala, na biglang lang. Di mo man lamang naisip na idahan-dahan, na biglang lang.
Thank you, Nay. Thank you, Nay. Please join us again. Before the break, we mentioned the wives.
Ayan na.
And we will ask them now just what do they do when their husband is spending more time with their toys than with them. We have with us Ernie's wife, Diane Lorenzo. Welcome to the show, Diane.
Hello, thank you.
And we also have with us One Shot's wife, Monica Moreno. Wala pang wife si Nay.
Ay, gusto mo ba ako tumabi dyan sa tabi mo? Hey.
Have you guys ever fought because you felt that your husbands were spending too much time with their toys than with you?
Let's start with Diane.
Yeah.
Oh, with me, okay. Yes, we have, although I wouldn't call it like really fighting, but more of like
Tampo. Yes.
You know, because we're also, we're both of us are like busy the whole week, and you know, weekdays, weekends, you expect time with quality time, you know, with
Yes.
family. But it starts out at 5 a.m. and it ends
5 a.m.
at night.
Really?
I wake up at 5.
Every day?
Yeah. It takes me an hour and a half to prepare everything.
To fly. But on weekdays, when you're not flying, what time do you wake up? When you have to go to work?
Oh, 6:30.
6:30. Earlier pa, ha? To fly.
Of course.
But that's
You
okay
work
because you
so
work
that
so that you can
you can
play.
fly in the
That's true, that's true.
Monica.
Same thing. Actually, we've had a couple of arguments in the past because he has always been away during the times that I felt that he needed to be at home with myself and the children.
But they never miss naman mga special occasions because they have major competitions. Like, kunyari, you're giving birth and he's flying, he's playing. Or it's the birthday of your daughter. Somebody's guilty. Who is?
What about you?
Well, there have been times that he would tell me that he would be coming home for a commitment that we would both attend, and he would miss coming home completely. He would just end up at home at night. So that's when I'd say, oh, honey, you know, you missed it again. And, you know, some of my relatives have started to complain. You know, during those times, I really, you know, nag him to actually stay home and spend some time with us and with the family so that they can see that he's still alive.
And do they, he shapes up naman for the next occasion?
I have to tell him like 2 months ahead of time so that he can plot it into his calendar. So he's around for that date.
Okay, what about you, Ernie and Diane?
Well, si Ernie, in fairness, okay, he hasn't naman missed anything really
Any
important.
major milestone?
Yeah, no major milestone missed. You know, he's there naman. But it's more of the, you know, the daily thing, the every weekend thing that, you know, we miss him sometimes.
I just wake up earlier. I go to the flying field, fly one flight, then rush back home. By 9, I'm home when she wakes up.
Do you guys worry about expenses?
For my part, I don't worry at all because he fulfills his obligations to the family anyway. But I do worry when he tells me that he's crashed a helicopter because I wonder, where's he gonna get the money from to repair his helicopter? But he comes up with ways and means to do that, so I don't get really worried.
Ernie and Diane?
Ernie is sly. One day he came up to me and said, I am the distributor of Night 3D, and you know...
He became the distributor.
He became the distributor, so it's like business now. And so I have to say, okay, it's all right. It's working.
Yeah. That's the best way now, diba? You turn your hobby into a business.
Yeah, but I wasn't there, you know. It's not a full-time thing. I just started the business so that I can support my own bisyo.
Your bisyo.
Si Nay, sa tingin mo ba magiging problema mo rin yung nagiging problema nila?
Oo naman. Natural lang yan. Siyempre, may mga tao na hindi nila na-experience yung kung ano talaga yung hobby mo. So, of course, there's always arguments and indifferences. So, mangyayari at mangyayari.
Why should your partners tolerate your passion or your obsession?
I will tell you why.
Why?
Because more men want to do RC. Because it's, you know, the fascination of being in control.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because most of us
are under
control. Under control lang, te. Why am I under control?
This is a shocking revelation.
See, so that's the only way that you feel you're actually
yes, we're so in control with these things. And we're the boss.
You're the boss, yeah.
If you make a mistake, they
And even if you drop them, they're not wounded. They don't cry to you and say, oh, you wounded me. Ganun ba yun?
Mamayang gabi.
What about you?
She knows that as the administrator of the website, it's called RC Philippines, she knows that I really have a lot of things to do. And many times, I felt like quitting and just dropping that entire website, promoting this entire hobby, you know, but she herself is the one telling me, go on. You started that, you finish it. Okay, you're the only one who cares about new guys getting into the hobby. So she tells me, go on, do it. So actually, I don't need to convince her. She knows. And she's the one actually who's driving me behind, you know, all the way.
She's the wind beneath your wings.
Definitely.
Wind beneath your wings.
Wind beneath your...
Nay, ikaw.
Si Nay naman wala siyang
What would you tell your future wife?
Well, this is something we love doing. So I guess they'll understand.
Yeah, you cannot question really a passion. What's important is they have something that
siguro as long
gets their blood
as long
pumping.
as kaya mong i-balance lahat-lahat. You being a family man, you know, so kailangan balance.
But the biggest revelation of the night is because it's the control.
Yes, it's the control and the under and the over.
You said that.
Thank you very much for being on the show. It was fun having you guys over.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.